Hello everyone, here's a very interesting thread from Buyer of Red. Live feedback Star Citizen gameplay survey. The gameplay survey is back. This survey is a chance for us to hear directly from you. We want to learn more about who you are, how you play, and how you feel about the game today, as well as a long-term vision we are building towards. The survey should take about 15 minutes to complete, and you are free to skip any questions you prefer not to answer. Well, let's take a look. For this video, I won't answer the questions, I will do it later on my own, and I won't use my real email and my real in-game handle. Please enter your in-game handle. Please enter the email associated with your account. Please select your age, what is your gender, how new to Star Citizen are you. What I find very interesting, you are already a veteran when you are playing for a year or more. Are you currently part of an in-game org? What is your preferred primary input setup for playing Star Citizen? What auxiliary input devices do you use? Do you own a VR headset? How interested are you in playing Star Citizen in VR? What part of Star Citizen would you be most excited to experience in VR? What is your main barrier to using VR? A lot of VR questions, very interesting. How would you describe your typical combat focus in the game? Rate your overall game client performance, higher is better. I don't know how anyone can give anything else than 1. We have still massive things, we have massive lags, we have massive interaction delays. Sometimes other players are walking on the spot for several seconds. Yeah, performance is really, really bad. What Star Citizen content do you enjoy watching? Where do you engage with the Star Citizen community? Which seasonal promotions do you participate in or enjoy? Core gameplay experience, rate your enjoyment with the current gameplay loops. For example, cargo transport. Yes, Chris, I enjoy it to move dozens of containers one by one using a magical handheld tractor beam. Where are the machines, NPCs and services, Chris, you promised us more than 8 years ago?
Steve Apollyon asks, are there any plans on cargo loading of the bigger ships such as the whole series of ships, and is the loading at a space station or even planetary going to be automatic, or will we have specialized small cargo loading ships similar to Argo to load manually if we choose to? Like if I have a big container ship and I pull into the port of LA here at Long Beach, there's a whole setup. There's longshoremen, big cranes, and there's service, and the crew of the container ship don't actually unload the containers themselves. There's equipment that does it, and there's people that are paid to do that. And I would say that in general, in sort of the bigger sort of spaceports, you would have that same kind of setup where you would have the ability to unload the bigger ships, unload the containers. I think so the answer is there will be services, but we'll also have some specialized ships and equipment for unloading cargo.
Engineering gameplay. Please do the survey and give feedback. I think engineering gameplay needs a lot of work to be fun and interesting. Right now, engineering feels like just another chore. What is the gameplay loop you use for most of your USA income? Which gameplay loop do you want to enjoy more than you currently do? Why? Which ship would you like to use more often but don't due to bugs or incomplete functionality? Rank the gameplay archetypes you would like to see more ships created to support. Rate the following aspects of the in-game economy. Mission satisfaction. In my opinion, most missions in Star Citizen are boring and repetitive, so please give feedback. What rewards would you like to see added to missions that are not currently offered? How about some items? How about some weapons? Why always only Alpha UC, for example? What new mission types would you like to see added to the game? Ship combat, another very important topic, so please contribute. FPS combat, lore and criminality. Actor systems, inventory, injuries, status, survival. Again, please participate. Star Citizen's inventory and item interaction system is one of the worst I've ever seen in any game. Even something as simple as picking up an item lying on the ground that is quick and simple in most games is a tedious chore in Star Citizen. Which new gameplay or story experience released this year was your favorite? Which new ship released or made flyable this year was your favorite? Which new weapon added this year did you enjoy the most? Which new armor or armor set added this year was your favorite? Which new chip paint released this year was your favorite? Which new addition this year did not land well for you? How about Vicolo? CRG is giving us more and more Vicolo. I don't like this. Rank the following upcoming gameplay features based on how excited you are to see them added or expanded in Star Citizen. What new feature released this year had the biggest impact on your enjoyment of the game? What feature or change would most increase your playtime next year? How about less jank? How about a decent inventory system? How about a decent item interaction system? How about less do things? How about less interaction delays, for example? What frustrates you the most in the current game? Massive do things, massive interaction delays, terrible UI, made for looks but not for functionality, terrible inventory system, terrible item interaction system, etc. What keeps you coming back to Star Citizen? And the last question, if you could give one message to developers about the state of Star Citizen today, what would it be? You have 2000 characters. Please everyone participate in the survey. Link to this is my first pinned comment below. I don't know if Chris and CRG will listen to us, but it's important to give feedback. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
You and I have unfinished business.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.